September is a month of change. Welcome to Talk of the Town, everyone.
Well, the kids are back at school, and you may be starting to unpack your fall clothing. Comfort food can help ease the transitions, and we'll tell you where you can get some delicious soul food.
We also find fairies this month in a very special garden you can create yourself.
And we're getting ready to watch some big blank spaces in Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg become beautiful works of art.
And we go all natural, trying to battle pesky mosquitoes and those nasty weeds that can take over your garden.
But first, we really get moving this month as we head to Pocono ATV Adventures at Memory Town.
Neither of us have experience driving all-terrain vehicles, but hey, that's never stopped us from trying anything.
I know this is going to be fun because these helmets are so cool.
Let's ride.
But before we hit the trails, it was time for a safety lesson.
All right, right in front of your right hand is your front brake. Also on that side, there's a little black lever by your thumb. That is your gas. The four-wheelers will not go anywhere until you push the gas. In front of your left hand is your back brake. When you guys want to stop, I want you to let go of your gas and grab both of your brakes for me. So we go through a little safety course and everything, and I make sure everybody is safe to go out before I even take them out. All you're gonna do is go up around the end cone that has HB on it, and then zigzag in and out of the cones. When you get in between these two right here, I want you to stop for me.
This is going to be fun, just getting through the safety part.
I know, right? So I think, just watching that, I think we have to make a wide S. It's not, there's no tight turning radius here. Like those lawnmowers we raced that time.
Yeah, the zero turn. Our lawnmowers might have had better turning radius. After watching a few drivers, we realized these ATVs have a good turning radius. It's up to us to make them perform. Hey, Ree?
Yeah?
I just don't want to hit a cone over.
Me either. But we're going last, so we got to watch everybody else.
That's a good thing.
Kids didn't believe me that I knew how to ride, so I said, wait till we have to go through the pylons and I'll show you.
And you did.
And I did it.
Good for you.
Did you ever ride one of these before?
I've never driven one.
No, I've never driven one either.
I've been a passenger on the back. Go, Ree.
Okay, I didn't hear any cones.
Here goes.
Come on, Kim, you can do it.
Well, why is this such a great way to introduce people to ATV riding?
Because like our course is a very beginner-oriented course. This is fun for people that have never done it before. It's an adventure, and it's an adrenaline rush.
We do have a couple hill climbs we'll be going up. Nothing too steep, nothing too bad for you guys. It's all beginner-oriented. We have 12-year-olds come out here, and I take them to the trails, and they do pretty good.
So you think we should do okay if the 12-year-olds do all
Yeah.
right? You're confident in
Yep.
us? Okay, good.
Yeah, that is good.
All right, ready?
Yep.
We got about 200 acres of woods that we go out in and about 20 miles of trails. We'll be going through some water and we got little rough spots. We go over some rocks and everything. Just keep an eye on what's in front of you and don't be staring around at everybody else, keeping an eye on them. Just worry about what's in front of you so you're not hitting or wrecking your vehicle.
Looking good.
It's just nice to look at the woods and just be out with nature.
Mud ahead. Didn't know if you saw that.
We wanted to bring our kids because it's my son's birthday, and I used to ride when I was a kid, so we figured we'd go on a new adventure today.
What'd you think of it?
Oh, it was a blast. It was a blast. I wish it were longer, but it was really fun.
It was really awesome.
It was. What'd you think about the mud puddles that we went through?
That was awesome too.
And it's your birthday?
Yeah,
So this was a good birthday treat, wasn't it?
yeah. The trail was like, it had a lot of rocks, and sometimes you go through like mud and water and stuff. It was really cool.
Did you have to hold on?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a little bumpy. Did you never know which way you were going to get thrown?
yeah.
Were you expecting like the water and all the rocks?
No, actually, that surprised me, and when I saw the mud, I got even more excited.
Darian, that was so much fun. Not what I expected at all. How did you think we did?
You guys did really good for your first time.
Yeah.
You guys
that
stayed
was
on the
good.
course, didn't hit nothing.
That was good news,
Yep.
right? Yeah, we did some
That's always good
There
news.
was a lot of bumps and, you know,
Lots of rocks and even some water.
Yeah. Oh, there's usually a lot more water out there.
So would you take us out again?
Yeah.
Those ATVs were awesome. A big thanks to our guide Darian and also Brittany for all the help making this outdoor adventure happen.
Good news for one lucky viewer. Pocono ATV Adventures is giving you the chance to win a free ride. Just go to our Facebook page, like the correct photo in our September album, and let us know why you're ready to ride through the mud puddles on an ATV.
Well, there is magic in the air when Talk of the Town continues, complete with secret gardens and fairies.
Today we have a project that's miniature and magical.
We're at the potting shed on Ann Street in Stroudsburg, and if we're lucky, we might just attract some fairies.
Hi girls, today we're gonna make fairy gardens.
Yay!
So exciting. Yes,
Exciting.
it's gonna be very exciting.
Tell us what a fairy garden even is. Where did this idea
A fairy
come from?
garden is your imagination. It kind of lets you meander into the woods or into a garden, say, somewhere where it's relaxing and tranquil, and fairies come at night and visit. You know, you can leave out little teapots, little tchotchkes, little cookies, all kinds of different things for the fairies.
So when we're picking out our container, what tips do you have? Are there some containers that are better than others?
You want to make sure, one, that it's watertight, because we have a lot of different containers here that will that might be suitable for an arrangement, not for a plant. The other thing you want to think about is maybe the space in your home where you want to put it, so that it does get some natural light. It doesn't need a lot of light, but it does need some natural light. And then you want to think about a little bit of the depth. You don't want something too flat. You want a little depth for it so that you have enough room for the plants to grow. You want to think of what shape you want and how you want your fairy to kind of meander through the garden and how many plants you actually want to take care of. Then we'll go in the back and we'll make a template of your container. So now we have our templates, and what we're going to do with these now is you're going to think about where you want to put your plants, how you want your garden. You can even draw it on there, like say you want a path coming this way, maybe you want a moss mound over here with a little water fountain over here, and then you're going to plan it out, and then we'll go out and we'll pick out all the stuff that you need, and then think of the number of plants that you want. Because you don't have to have a lot of plants. You can have 1 plant, 2 plant, 3 plants, however many you'd like to put in there.
I'm thinking I want some kind of focal point in the back.
Now I'm thinking, I love your little bridge. Is that bridge too big for this one, do you think? Might be too big, yeah.
He might be a little large for that one.
And I guess the path can go right off to the edges if
Yeah,
you just
can go right off to the edge.
like
That
you
way it'll
just-
continue on.
Yeah.
And then my path would have to go off the edges of one of that, right?
Right. And then I think about maybe something low
Lower in there.
here, and then I like the moss, so I was thinking maybe moss here and maybe one other like tiny little plant here.
Now comes the really fun part. So there's different little things here. There's little bird houses, there's little bee skeeps, there's different chairs, little benches. You don't have to take it with the table. You could just do a stone bench if you wanted a stone bench next to your bridge.
Too many things to look at.
Yeah.
So many
Like this,
options.
so I'm just going to put it in there because I don't know, maybe I'll tuck it somewhere.
I like to make sure we have a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, you certainly do.
All right, I think that's enough of that. Now we pick plants.
Now you pick plants. The waffle plant does get a little bit bigger. You just keep pruning them back to keep them within the shape that you want. If they get too big, you can always pluck them out and pluck another one in.
I like this, and I like the variegated. So if I went high on one side and then low on the other side.
I like this, that it looks like a tree. I'm not sure where I could put it, but I'm
That's
going
when
to
we
take
get back
it
to
in the
with your
back.
template. We'll lay it out again. That way you can see exactly kind of where it's going.
And I definitely want a little fairy in my garden. 'Cause I feel like my garden isn't, it's a little full.
Yeah. Well, once we get up there and we pick and choose,
Yeah,
and
not everything
it'll
will fit.
yeah.
I think it's time to go put these together.
Let's try.
Okay, let's go back up there. We'll see what we got.
So we're putting everything on our template
On our
just to see
template.
how it goes.
To see how it goes, to see if your idea kind of flows the way you want it to flow. If you bring it just a
Then I
little
can put- 'cause
forward,
this is high.
It creates another triangle, and then if we have a plant here, it just gives it a little bit more of the natural.
Yeah, and then that gives room for this guy back here.
Yeah. Oh, that's looking good.
These look so cute. I can't wait. to
Yes,
get
this is
started.
going to be a lot of fun. So what we're going to do next is we're going to slide these back, and we're going to get dirty.
All right, let's get dirty.
We're going to moisten our soil first. The reason why we moisten our soil first is you'll see this is a very light mix. And
very
if we
dry right
don't,
now.
the water just doesn't absorb. And you're just going to take a little little water, and you're going to put it around like that, and then
stir it
you're just going to stir it around. And you're kind of going for pie dough consistency, but not mud. So you still want it light and kind of, it'll break apart, but when you squeeze it, it'll kind of form a clump.
I'm feeling like this is becoming pie dough.
Yeah, that's a good mixture. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fill the bottoms of your pots with some rocks.
Rocks.
That's for your drainage. There we go.
Is that good?
That's good. That's good. Now you're just going to take a layer of charcoal. This is charcoal in here.
What does the charcoal do?
The charcoal keeps your soil sweet, especially you without any drainage. If you get a little bit of water lying in the bottom of it, it won't ferment. This will keep it so that it just keeps everything sweet. Now what you'll do is you fill your bowls. This is the fun part. Just
Add the dirt.
fill it up with the soil.
Soil, not dirt.
Sorry.
Dirt you find outside, soil you find inside.
The dirt you find in the corners of your house where the
Yes,
dust mites are growing.
Now what we're going to do is, for you where we want your roofer to go, we're going to grab the plastic over there. Where your bridge is going to go, wherever you decide it's going to be, we kind of want to hollow it out so we can make, or this way, I guess, make your little stream in there. So we're going to kind of make it go down a little bit, and we'll line that with plastic. That way, as you water your plant, everything doesn't seep down into the soil. If we don't put plastic underneath it, it will slowly just disappear, and you'll have to put more on.
Yeah.
And then you can start planting your plants. And all you're going to do is kind of dig a little hole where you want to plant, stick the plant down in.
It's starting to look like something already.
Yes, it'll come together quickly now. The hard part is over. This is the fun part.
Yeah.
And the easier part. Here at the Potting Shed, we have a lot of different things that you can do. We have our fairy gardens. We have a great selection of larger plants, such as the Selengia Gold that we're going to cut in half for you. And then we also have a very large selection of silk flowers. And we also just have gone into home decor. So we have braided rug accents, we have table squares and table runners, pots, lots of different pots that you can choose to do either your fairy gardens or your live plants in. We have fertilizer for your plants. We have battery operated candles. Just a really great selection of all around stuff. And if we don't have it, chances are if you want it, I'll look for it and we'll try and find it for you. I love to shop. It's amazing how once you get started, sometimes it's exactly like the template, sometimes not so much.
It grows.
Yeah, once you start laying everything out, it can take its own little life.
Then there's lots of different stones that you can choose from. We have, this is really neat. This is actually a bonsai mix, but it has lots of different stones and pieces in it. Then before we put our stones on, we're gonna water it in. You always wanna water your plants in. That way there's no air pockets down around their roots. We do fairy garden classes. We try to do them once a month. We do them on a Saturday afternoon. That way Mom and the kids can come, and we'll do it at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And all we ask is that you give us a call, put down a $10 deposit, which you get back when you come to the class. That way it's just a kind of a reassurance that you're actually coming for us, so we know how many to plan for. And we don't turn anybody away if we get enough people.
What kind of care do you have to give these once they're all done?
Once they're all done, you want to make sure you water them. Generally, once a week is sufficient unless you have it in a higher light area or it's by an air conditioning unit or close to a window. I don't think you can go wrong making a fairy garden. It really is, and it's a relaxing thing, kind of that zen thing like the fish tank. You can sit down when you've had a bad day and just kind of be whisked away.
I want to live in my fairy garden. What an awesome place. Me too. This place is amazing. We have great imaginations, Marie. The Potting Shed wants you to create your own fairy garden, and they're making that happen for one lucky viewer. The winner gets a terracotta pot and a saucer, the soil stones and charcoal, plus a $50 gift card so you can pick out all the pieces to make your own unique fairy garden. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Let's keep very quiet so we don't scare the fairies.
What do you want to do for our next segment?
I don't know. Do you have any ideas?
I've been thinking about it, but ow! Stupid mosquito, I just want to get some bug repellent.
Yeah, the bugs are everywhere. I just wish there was something that didn't have all those chemicals in it.
Wouldn't it be nice if there was an all-natural bug repellent?
Yes!
You are going to make all-natural bug repellent that's actually good for your skin, and it keeps away greenhead flies, gnats, no-see-ums, ticks, fleas, bees, mosquitoes, and everything else that bites.
This is Carol Gingrich from Carol's Scents and Soaps in Lords Valley. It was 17 years ago when she used her extensive soap-making knowledge to develop her amazing all-natural bug repellent recipe.
We make 40 different scents of soaps and bath products. The soaps are all 6 ounces. They are all natural. We actually grow some of the herbs that we have here in the shop and at our home that go into the soaps. We also make an all-natural deodorant, sugar scrubs, body misters, linen sprays. We even make dog products. Welcome, ladies, to our little secret soap laboratory.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
I hear that you need some bug repellent, and we happen to make all-natural bug repellent.
Wow!
And today, I'm going to have you make it.
All right.
What do we do?
We want to learn.
Okay, we're going to have you pour this beeswax into this container. If you would stir it a little bit.
Okay.
We have a little sweet almond oil in there, just heating up to help get things already melting. We're going to add some more sweet almond oil, so you can pour the sweet almond oil in. The sweet almond oil is what is going to be the emollient, and it also adds, it's very good for the skin, and it also allows the essential oils that we're going to put in to be formulated in the oil, and then all of that is suspended by the beeswax when it hardens. Then we're going to add some of the cocoa butter, because everything is better with cocoa butter. Of course.
Of course everything is better with cocoa butter.
These ingredients sound terrific.
They're very moisturizing, and the amount that we actually put into everything allows it to go right into the skin without feeling oily or greasy. And at the same time, you get enough of it that it's moisturizing without feeling like you're encasing yourself in it.
And I can honestly say I never thought that bug repellent would be good for your skin. It's just
Exactly.
seems like it's wrong, right?
Well, we connect the word bug repellent
With chemicals.
nasty chemicals,
Yes.
right.
And this is not the case.
Not today.
And we're going to add shea butter,
Here you go, Kimberly.
because we all know that shea butter is good for us. Shea butter,
Sure.
we add both because shea butter and cocoa butter actually moisturize slightly differently. One penetrates the skin, the other one stays on the top couple layers. So this allows everything to go straight in. So everything should be melting pretty good by now.
It is melting
good.
all up.
So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that off. We are going to add a drop, just a drop because this is very potent.
Carol's doing this. She doesn't trust us.
Well, my idea of a drop and your idea of a drop.
we needed to know what yours was.
Vitamin E in this formulation is a whole lot more potent than the vitamin E capsule that you would. So
You don't want to overdo it.
exactly. This is beautifully done. Now you're going to take our secret
ingredient.
This is 5 essential oils that are blended together, and this is what actually does the work. This is what keeps away all the bugs.
And you're not going to tell us what it is because it's your special secret, right?
That's right.
And that's okay. So how did you decide what to put in there?
I actually did a lot of research, a lot of learning.
Okay, be careful with that special ingredient.
That's right. So that
it goes.
Just pour it in
The magic is happening.
and then stir it.
Okay, stir away. And that's it. That was such a
That's
simple
it.
recipe.
It's very easy. It's very simple. And at this point, I'm going to actually let you pour your own 2 bugger pellets.
Ooh, here we go.
And you're just going to gently pour slowly. And if you make a mess and you miss,
You're
it's
thrown out.
perfectly fine because we just scrape it up. There you go.
How full do I
Keep
go?
going. How much bug repellent do you
Yeah, I
want?
was gonna
I want
say.
a lot of bug repellent.
You can go all the
Fill
way
it right
to
to
the
the-
top.
Fill it right to the brim.
There you go. This will probably take anywhere from about 45 minutes to an hour, so that to the point to where we can wipe off the container, cap it, and label it. And with the magic of TV, we have a couple over there that are already done, and you can pop the lids off if you wanted
Let's
to
see.
show the inside.
Okay, so it hardens up
It
nicely.
hardens up.
But it's not too hard. It looks
Right.
like it's soft.
It's soft enough to put on, but
smells good.
and hard enough not so that when you put it on, it doesn't melt away right away.
Yeah.
And then what we did was we're going to have you label your own because you're working through the whole process because I'm taking the day off.
We'll label.
I developed this because I'm a walking buffet for bugs. Yeah.
And then what? You would put it on and go out into a really buggy spot and try it
The
out?
way we tested it the first time was my kids and I were going out for 4th of July and we were sitting in a field full of weeds waiting to see the fireworks, and all we heard around us was
And you were fine?
we sat there for an hour and didn't get bit by anything, and the weeds were taller than my kids, and that's when I realized we had something.
Yeah, that's good. Everybody was coming over to you saying, oh,
Can I have some
can we
of that?
sit with
Can we
you?
borrow this? It's actually started in our kitchen years ago, and my husband and I do this as a full-time living, and we stand by every product that we make because it has been tested on family.
That's cool.
My kids and I took Carol's bug repellent to the mountains of Virginia. No bug bites.
Well, I've worn it while out for a run and walking my dog. No bug bites for me.
Awesome. Well, Carol has given us a bug repellent and one of her favorite soaps for one lucky Talk of the Town winner. Just find the proper photo on Facebook in our September album and tell us what you think about this all-natural bug repellent for your chance to win.
And don't go away. We head to the kitchen for some soul food from Big Mama next. We've been working hard all day. I am so hungry.
Me too. I could go for some soul food.
Well, then we've come to the right place.
Welcome to Big Mama's. And I'm Big Mama. Let's get cooking. Come on into my kitchen.
All right. Big Mama, what are we making?
Today we're going to make cornbread stuffing, or it's also known as dressing.
Okay.
Okay, so years ago what happened, you used to save your old cornbread and you freeze it until you get enough so you can make stuffing.
Okay.
But nowadays if you need stuffing in a hurry, you just make a pan full of it. So we're going to use a combination of both today.
Okay.
Okay, this is the main ingredient of the stuffing, and it's very important that you start with a good cornbread. If it's not a good tasting cornbread, you're not going to have
It's good stuffing.
Exactly. So you have to have a good tasting cornbread. So what we're going to do first is crumble the cornbread up into the pan. So you can do that.
We're gonna crumble.
Just
Any
crumble it
particular
up.
way?
Nope. Just crumble.
Our cornbread will crumble.
Yes.
Crumble this one too?
Yes, this one too, all into the pan. Just dig it out because it's going to get crumbled.
It's going to get crumbled anyway.
Yes.
I'm getting hungry already, just so you know.
That's because it smells really good in here.
Do we want it as small as possible?
Yes. You know, and it's important when you make the cornbread not to like burn it round the edge because then you lose a lot of the cornbread.
Yeah, it gets chunky.
Yes.
And you can't really make it crumble very
Right.
well. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. Now the ingredients that we're going to add is green pepper, red pepper, and I don't measure. I do everything by taste. Okay. If you like a lot of green pepper, then you add more green pepper.
Was I supposed to put the whole thing in
The
there?
whole thing.
Okay.
Whole thing.
I thought so. Like I dumped it before I asked.
The onions.
Okay, so peppers and onions.
Peppers and onions. Okay, and then we have the gizzards.
Gizzards.
Okay, and you normally buy gizzards because when you buy a turkey, you only get one gizzard.
Yeah.
And it's not enough. Okay, so what we're going to do is grind this just a little bit in our little blender here.
And why turkey gizzards? What makes the flavor enhance the stuffing?
Well, normally we made stuffing during Thanksgiving when you had a turkey. And it came with one gizzard. And that was the only time we had stuffing. But nowadays we use chicken gizzards and any kind of gizzard. Dump that in there. My secret recipe to making stuffing is to add sausage meat. Because like I said, you normally don't get enough gizzards. So I started adding sausage meat and they loved it. And so that's my secret recipe.
Do you think it's because of the extra spice in the sausage?
And I get spicy hot sausage. It works the best.
that's the
Spicy
best.
hot.
In it goes.
In
That
it
smells
goes.
good. I can smell the spiciness.
Yes. Next we're gonna add
The onion.
the Lipton onion soup. Onion soup. And that's just for flavor.
For flavoring?
It's excellent. Yes, I add that in everything. That's excellent.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're gonna add some poultry seasoning and some sage.
So
and
how
this
much?
is to taste. So you just sprinkle. Some people don't even like sage, so this is to taste.
Was that good?
A little bit more. That's good.
Okay.
And
You help
sage.
me out here with the sage. That's not a common spice in my kitchen.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay, now the black pepper is also to taste. I like mine spicy, so I add a lot of black pepper. So
I'm with you.
Me too. I love
I'm
pepper.
spicy, so
Spicy's good.
yes,
Spicy's good. All right, tell me when.
that's good.
Good.
Because you can always add more. Okay, next we're gonna add the broth, and then we're just gonna mix it with the spoon.
Nice.
If we were cooking a turkey, you would use the broth from the turkey. But we don't have a turkey, so we have to buy the broth.
And this is just a chicken broth.
Yeah, chicken or turkey. Turkey is hard to find, so you just do a chicken broth.
The whole thing?
Let's mix it up and see. We want it like pudding.
Yeah, I was gonna say kind of.
Oh no, it could use more. It could use the whole thing.
There's a lot of cornbread in there.
Yes,
Just want to get everything spread out, right?
yes. Get it mixed real good.
I can smell the onions and all of the seasonings. It's all coming together.
The sausage really makes a difference in the stuffing. And it can actually go right back into the same pan that the cornbread came out of.
All right.
Okay.
And now
You
you're
want to
gonna
hold and I'll scoop?
Sure.
dump it in there.
Spread it out.
Spread it
Good.
out. And then we're gonna bake it for about 45 minutes an hour. When you see it getting dry around the edge, then it's ready.
You know it's done.
So we're gonna put this in the oven,
In the oven it goes.
and voila, it's done.
It looks great.
Yes, absolutely.
Would you like to try it?
Yes, but first, let's meet the driving force behind this new restaurant.
You see burgers, you see pizza, you see Chinese, you don't really see any commercial, franchise style, good home Southern food. And I know when I take my travels, when I've gone down south, that's one of the things I most enjoy about it. Not only the people and the warmthness, you know, that you're greeted with, but just that down home, you know, southern food. You know, a lot of people call it comfort food. You know, when people come in and out, they ask, well, what is soul food? Our definition basically has been, you know, soul food is not only is it comfort food, but it's food that's made with love. You know, so that's why southern food, that's why soul food.
And what about Big Mama? What's her role?
Well, Big Mama is, you know, there's a Big Mama in every family. To us, Big Mama is synonymous with that, the matriarch of the family. You know, she's the strong presence in the family, so the glue that holds it together. You know, she's there to make sure you go to school, make sure you know, go to church, make sure you get fed a nice meal at night. You know, of course, you know, when you step out of line, she's there to, you know, put her foot down and make sure, you know, you don't step out of line again. So Big Mama is that symbol, you know, to us and to a lot of other families.
Is your Big Mama proud of you?
I hope so. Are you proud, Big Mama?
Big Mama's proud. I want his partner to come in here. This is the partner.
Shy guy.
Yes, he's the shy one. I think he's the cook and he's the brains behind the business.
Actually, Anthony explained everything, I mean, perfect. You know, what Big Mama means and just the dream and everything. So it's a blessing, and we welcome you into our kitchen and into our food that we put our heart into.
And Big Mama, did you teach the boys how to cook?
They never cooked at home. So I don't know where this is coming from.
How unfair.
Well, now they can cook for you now.
It rubbed off. We watch. We paid attention.
There you go.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Here, a couple plates for you.
Are we trying everything?
These are buffalo wings, barbecue wings, and sweet potato fries, and there's still more coming.
All right.
The first thing we have to try is the stuffing that you made.
All right. Everything looks wonderful. How did we do?
How did we do?
Yes, how did you do with my recipe?
That's some
How is
good stuffing.
Yes,
Yum.
delicious. And I think you're right. The sausage is the secret ingredient.
Yes, the spiciness from the sausage.
Has a fabulous flavor. Big Mama, tell us what else you've put in front of us.
Okay, over here you have macaroni and cheese, collard greens, and yams. Then you have the fried chicken.
Okay.
You have the
Sweet potato
and
fries.
sweet potato fries, and that has their own little batter on it.
More secret recipes. I'm trying one of them.
Well, I'm going to try a little bit of everything, I have a feeling, before the day is done. Before the day is done.
Yum.
A big thanks to everyone at Big Mama's Soul Food Restaurant. That was quite a feast we enjoyed.
Well, Big Mama, along with Anthony and Kenyatta, want 2 lucky viewers to enjoy some of their great soul food.
Just go to our Facebook page, visit our September album, like the correct photo, and let us know why you would like to try Big Mama's cooking for a chance to win a $50 gift certificate. Good luck.
When Talk of the Town continues, we head to Marie's house for a great tip to help you avoid extra weeding. It's always rewarding to plant a garden and watch it grow.
But if you don't take care of your flower garden or vegetables, weeds will take over.
A viewer asked if we've ever tried an all-natural weed killer. I haven't.
Neither have I. So we researched it. Come along as we give it a try.
We searched the internet for all-natural weed killers, and the main ingredient we found was vinegar.
That's right, vinegar dehydrates the leaves, sucks all the moisture out of the leaf, and then kills the plant from the top. But it's just top kill, not big roots. This is full strength vinegar.
You can smell it.
Yeah, you can dilute it, but you know what? That just makes it, you know, less likely that it's going to kill the weeds. We're just going to fill our sprayers up to what they consider their max fill lines. For mine, that's a gallon. So
I'll
we're
go
using
with the gallon too.
a gallon of vinegar.
The next ingredient
Salt. We picked Epsom salt.
That's right. They tell you can use rock salt, Epsom salt, table salt. Salt also dehydrates the leaf. But salt also does something else that's pretty important. The vinegar is going to make your soil more acidic. It's going to lower the pH of your soil, and that's not a good thing for growing plants. It also depletes the magnesium in the soil, and because salts are magnesium, you're putting the magnesium back in the soil, so that's going to be a little bit healthier for your soil.
The final ingredient, dish detergent. Simple.
Yeah, and you know what? It can really be any dish detergent, I think, because the reason you put the dish detergent in there is it's going to make this a little stickier, and it's going to stick to the leaf and not roll off and dry and evaporate. You can dump in, we're going to just guess like 3 tablespoons.
It'll be bubbly too.
Yeah, but not too bubbly because there's a lot of vinegar in there.
And you know what? When you think about it, this is a whole lot cheaper than buying weed killer from the store.
Absolutely. And a whole lot safer too, although even though it's all natural stuff, you still have to be careful with it.
All right, Marie, why are we attacking these weeds?
Well, this is a fence row that I've been slowly reclaiming over the years, and this is just all weeds. There's nothing in here that I want to save, nothing that we can hurt. I want to plant some really nice plants in here next year, so I figure if we start clearing it now, it'll be ready.
You said we have to be careful with this.
Yeah, it is all natural, but you know what? It's powerful stuff, and it will not only kill all of the vegetation, but we talked about the fact that it will also change your soil a little bit. There's a lot of good microorganisms that live in the soil, and you don't want to kill them. So you really want to just try to spray the plant matter that you want to kill and don't oversaturate the soil.
Well, Marie, I hope all this spraying works.
Well, we can't finish the segment without finding out. So 4 days ago, I mixed up my own batch and I sprayed this section of weeds in my driveway, and hey, they're pretty dried up. What do you think?
I think they're dead. I have just a little weed killer left in my sprayer. Marie, can I spray it on this really nasty weed growing in your grass?
No, even though it is an all-natural weed killer, it'll kill everything that it touches, including the grass. So this is how you get the weeds out of your yard.
Check out our recipe on our Facebook page and let us know how it works for you. Good job. Sections of Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg are becoming the talk of the town.
Lots of blank walls across the communities will be filled with murals as part of Project Street Art.
This is the second phase of the project, and artists are already hard at work on their design concepts.
Ten different locations, 7 in Stroudsburg, 3 in East Stroudsburg. We have artists from all over the country actually submitting artwork. We have local artists submitting artwork. They have almost the entire month of September to get their designs to the point where they can finish it on a live painting day, which is September 27th. Rain date's October 4th, where they're all going to be out on the streets all painting at once. So potentially we could have 110 artists all at once painting.
This small, dedicated group of artists make up the canvas behind Project Street Art. Their vision is as creative and colorful as their brush strokes. Plus, it's large. Hundreds of square feet will be transformed by art. The community is behind the project because of their success with one mural on Main Street.
You know, we thought it would be a success, and then, you know, to see the community get behind it, and, you know, I like to say that I live right down the street, and I see the daycare kids, you know, walk past that mural every day, and to see them touch it and get excited, and, you know, I know what it means to the community. So, you know, and we realized right away the value of that, the success of that it would allow us to do other projects in the area.
This is where it all started.
18 panels create a huge mural on Main Street in Stroudsburg.
And it's getting lots of attention.
And it's only phase 1.
This is really just the beginning. I mean, Project Street Art Part 1 was a teaser. It was like a taste. You know, we wanted to feel out the community, and they've accepted us with open arms, and they're all like, when's the next one?
The first Project Street Art mural catches everyone's attention on Main Street in Stroudsburg, and it adds a palette of color over an eyesore in the town.
Back there is a giant hole in the ground that was left there after a pretty bad fire about 7 years ago.
Was that kind of bothering you? Is that why this site was chosen first?
I think it was bothering a lot of people, and you know, over the span of a few years, every once in a while I'd hear things about it, and you know, we just stood up and decided to do something about it.
The mural gives us an artist's interpretation of some of the past and present businesses on Main Street.
I wanted to do something that sort of depicted a story and bring that out into the painting itself.
Was it a lot of fun being involved?
It was a ton of fun. And I worked on this with a friend of mine, Fran O'Hagan, and we had some great ideas and we sort of blended them together to form what this is today.
Main Street Jukebox was the first ever location I had ever shown art when I was a teenager back forever ago, so I was really invested emotionally.
My panel here, it depicts the living room. I had actually started doing the art shows there, and I ran them for about 2 years there. So this piece means a lot to me in general. What I like about it that we wanted to convey was strong architectural foundation to it, and then organic growth coming out of it, which is really what the living room is about.
This mural in East Stroudsburg was started many years ago, but never finished.
But soon it will be.
We're going to have potentially up to over 100 artists all over Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg, and then on top of that we're going to have traveling musicians and then anyone who's just helping out or checking it out. So it's gonna be a really busy day.
We're at Dansbury Park. This looks like a great canvas to me.
Well, it's pretty colorful already, but just wait, this is going to be awesome.
I think that they're going to be amazed at some of the art that they're seeing. I think a lot of the people in this town aren't used to anything like that, and it'll create a new experience for them. And not only on that day, but continually, forever afterwards.
This is going to be the smallest mural. It's on Ann Street in Stroudsburg. Let's check out another location.
Hey, well, let's use their new Art Map app. We can find one. How about the Central Building on Main Street?
Sounds good.
We're also launching something called the Art Map app, which is a tool for your mobile phone that will help people navigate to all these different locations. It'll give bios on all the artists. It will give preliminary designs, a way to donate to the project if you want to.
The wall on the Central Building makes quite a canvas. Marie, what are we painting?
I don't know. Use your imagination.
They're really in for this giant community spectacle. There's a good chance that people could see, you know, upwards of 100 artists working at one time on the same day around two beautiful towns, you know, in a community that we love. And I think it's gonna really bring out, you know, the value and the ownership in this community from all of us.
I think what we're all trying to achieve here is to keep this going rather than just becoming a resurgence, and have it where it's happening always.
It's putting the art into the public eye in a way that it's never really been done here before, spread out for everyone to enjoy. So there's going to be something out on the streets for literally everybody, not just the artists, but the community, children, families can come out and see these amazing pieces of artwork.
I can't wait to check out all of the wonderful murals that'll be created on September 27th.
I am really looking forward to seeing them too. And we want all of you to check out the artwork. Don't forget the Art Map app will be available on your smartphone beginning September 27th.
And when you're finished checking out the murals along Main Street in Stroudsburg, why not stop by one of the wonderful restaurants?
Well, thanks to our good friend Barry Lynch at Jock and Jill's, one lucky viewer is going to receive a $25 gift certificate.
Just go to our Facebook page, like the correct photo in our September album, and let us know what you would paint on a mural for your chance to win. And remember, whatever you do, be the talk of the town!
I don't think that's hot at all. Yeah, but I don't know if I believe you.
No, it's not. It's sweet. I'm not a crazy person. Oh wait, you try it. It's sweet.
That one isn't hot.
No, not hot. See, because I didn't think so, because only the corner ones, and I'm pretty sure these are the hot ones. Don't know how hot. Haven't tried any yet. Yeah, hot. Hot! Hot.
Which one? This one?
Right there's a piece.
Maybe it's a habanero pepper.
How
Yeah,
come
that's-
you're not trying it, Kim?
That's
Well, because if you're making that expression,
You can take a little piece.
it's
You're the one who
delicious.
made
It's deliciously hot.
deliciously hot.
it's deliciously hot. He can't even close his mouth. I'm taking like a piece of a piece. When Marie has to get water, you know it's hot. Oh my freaking god! That's like torture! Holy mackerel!
I got it on my gums. Now my gums are burning.
Wow, Marie!
Do you want to take one home?
No.
Do you want some for Kate?
Which
No.
one was yours?
Mine's a far one from me, so that's yours.